विराजो अधिपूरुषः स जातो अतिरिततपसा नमो विश्वेभ्यो वृषपतिभ्यः स्वभो नमो नमो विरूपेभ्यो विश्वरूपेभ्यः स्वभो नमः। ॐ भद्रां कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवा भद्रं पश्येमाशभिर्यजत्राः श्रीरैरङ्गैर्दुष्टभागं स्वस्मनो वृभ्यसेमहि देवहितं जदायुः। बोलिए गणेश जय। राधे कृष्ण 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 राधे 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 श्याम 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 राधे राधे कृष्ण 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 राधे 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 श्याम 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 राधे 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 कृष्ण 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 राधे 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 श्याम 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 राधे 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 कृष्ण 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 long line I'm going
राधे 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 श्याम श्याम राधे 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 ॐ नमोऽस्तुते व्यासविशालबुद्धे पुल्लारविन्दायतपत्रनेत्र येन त्वया भारततैल्यपूर्ण प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमया प्रदीपः व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधये वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः। ॐ स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति न पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तारिक्षो अरिष्ठनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु ॐ पया पृथिव्यं पय ओषधीशो पयो दिव्यन्तरिक्षे पयोधाः पयस्वती प्रधिशा सन्तु मह्यं महः। ॐ विष्णुररातमसि विष्णो सप्तेष्टो विष्णोऽस्योरसि विष्णोद्रोवसि वैष्णवमसि विष्णवे तव। ॐ अग्निर्देवता वातु देवता सूर्यो देवता चन्द्रमा देवता वसवो देवता रुद्रा देवता आदित्यदेवता मरुतो देवता श्वे देवा देवता बृहस्पतिर्देवता इन्द्रो देवता वरुणो देवता। ॐ द्यौ शान्ति अन्तरिक्षगुं शान्ति पृथिवी शान्ति रापा शान्ति औषधय शान्ति वनस्पति शान्ति विश्वदेव शान्ति ब्रह्मा शान्ति सर्वगुं शान्ति शान्तिदेवा शान्ति सामा शान्तिरेधि सुशान्तिर्भवतु। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनो भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहे तेजस्विनां वदितुमस्तु मां विद्विषावहे। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ चन्द्रमा मनसो जात चक्षो सूर्यो अजायत मुखादन्द्रिस्य अग्निश्च प्राणाद्वारिरजायतम् ॐ महाभागवत पुराण की जय। चन्द्रमा मनसो जात चक्षो सूर्यो अजायत मुखादन्द्रिस्य अग्निश्च प्राणाद्वारिरजायत दक्षिणां च तुभ्यं समर्पयामि। नाभ्या आसीदन्तरिक्षाभं शीर्ष्णोऽध्यौ समवर्तत पद्भ्यां भूमिर्दिशः श्रोता तथा लोकान् कल्पयन् ससकोटियुगधारिणे नमः। व्यासाय विश्वरूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधये वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः। कृष्णाय नाय नमो नमः। चक्षो सूर्यो अजायत मुखपानिस्वग्निश्च मुखादग्निरजायत प्राणाय स्वाहा अपानाय स्वाहा ज्ञानाय स्वाहा उधानाय स्वाहा समानाय स्वाहा ब्रह्मणे स्वाहा। व्यासदक्षिणां च तुभ्यं समर्पयामि। प्रेम से बोलो व्यास भगवान की जय की जय। श्री भागवत पुराण की जय। You can all take your seats. We'll have some bhajans by the Kirtan Mandali. We'll have opening arti by the Shrotas. So everyone, you can please stand.
जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती। पापियों को पाप से है तारती। जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती। पापियों को पाप से है तारती। ये अमर ग्रंथ
पद्मनाभं सुरेशं विश्वाधारं गगनसदृशं मेघवर्णं शुभांगं लक्ष्मीकान्तं कमलनयनं योगिभिर्ध्यानगम्यं वन्दे विष्णु भवभयहरं सर्वलोकैकनाथं। त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव विद्याद्रविणं त्वमेव सर्वं मम देवदेव। ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामया सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। We ask that you take your seat or bow. Om Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Bolo Umapati Mahadeva ki jai. Shri Krishna Kanhaiya Lal ki jai. Shri Radha Rani ki jai. Jai Shri Krishna. Jai Sitaram everyone, Jai Shri Krishna. Thank you all for coming out. I believe this is our 13th annual Bhaagvat. Can we get a round of applause for that? 13 years we have been doing this practice here in Canada, something that we have brought with us from Guyana and probably from even before that. And it is a ritual, it is a tradition, parampa, that we uphold and we hold dear to us because as Hindus, and specifically as Guyanese Hindus, this is a chance where we get to enhance our worship to Bhagavan Shri Krishna. If you notice, especially at our mandir, that we have the blessing, the ability to change who we are bhaktas for. Sometimes we say Jai Mata Di, sometimes we say Jai Shri Krishna. And in this case, we'll switch according to and be our Krishna bhaktas. I welcome each and every single one of you and thank you for coming out to this first session of our Bhaagvat Katha. Our Vyasji is none other than Pandit Hardar Ashwar and many of our gurus. Bolo Vyas Maharaj ki. He is no stranger to all of us, and for 13 years he has been doing this Katha as well. For more than that, he has been delivering Bhagavad Katha. On behalf of my Guruji and the rest of the Mandir members, I'd like to welcome all of you. And I'd like to hand it over to our Vyasji, Pandit Hardar Ashwar. Bolo Vyas Maharaj ki
jai. Shri Ganapati Bhagavan ki jai. Umapati Mahadev ki jai. पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय। नमश्चंदिकाय श्री वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय। विघ्नेश्वराय वरदाय सुरप्रियाय लंबोदराय सकलाय जगद्दिताय नागाननाय श्रुतियज्ञ विभूषिताय गौरी सुताय गणनाथ नमो नमस्ते। सर्वमंगल मांगल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थ साधिके शरण्ये त्र्यंबके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते। तत्पुरुषाय विद्महे महादेवाय धीमहि तन्नो रुद्रः प्रचोदयात्। रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेधसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीताय पतये नमः। ॐ अतुलितबलधामं हेमशैलावदेहं धनुजवनकृशाणं ज्ञानिनां मृगगण्यं सकलगुणनिधानं वानराणामधीशं रघुपतिप्रियभक्तं वातजातं नमामि। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वर गुरुर्साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। वंशी विभूषितकरान् नवनीरदाभां पीताम्बरादरुणबिम्ब फलधरोष्टात् पूर्णेन्दुसुन्दरमुखारविन्द्रनेत्र कृष्णात् पदं किमपि तत्त्वमहं न जाने। करारविन्दे न पदारविन्दं मुखारविन्दे विनयेशयन्तं। करारविन्दे न
पदारविन्दं मुखारविन्दे विनयेशयन्तं। वक्त्रस्य पत्रस्य पुत्रेशयानं बालमुकुन्द मनसा स्मरामि। श्रीकृष्ण गोविन्द हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा। जिह्वे पिबसा मृतमेतदेवा गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति। 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 विक्रेतु कामा किल गोपकन्या मुरारि पादा हितचित भेटे। दर्यादिकम्मो भवसर्वभोजन। गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति। गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति। गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति। गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति।
Everybody.
गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति। गृहे गो वदकातम्मा सर्वे मिलित्वा समभव्ययोगा।
सुन्दरमाधवेति अधरं मधुरं वदनं मधुरं नयनं मधुरं हसितं मधुरम् अधरं मधुरं वदनं
मधुरं नयनं मधुरं हसितं मधुरं
हृदयं मधुरं गमनं मधुरं
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं
वचनं मधुरं चरितं मधुरं
वसनं मधुरं वलितं मधुरं चलितं मधुरं भ्रमितं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं
वेणु मधुरो रेणु मधुर
पाणिर्मधुरा पादो मधुरो नृत्यं मधुरं साख्यं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं
गीतं मधुरं पीतं मधुरं
भोक्तं मधुरं सुखं मधुरं रूपं मधुरं तिलकं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं
ॐ
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं
ॐ मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं
ॐ मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम् प्रेम से बोलो श्री कृष्ण चंद्र भगवान की जय। अच्युतं केशवं राम नारायणं कृष्ण दामोदरं वासुदेवं हरि अच्युतं
केशवं रामनारायणं कृष्णदामोदरं वासुदेवं हरे
ओ श्रीधरं माधवं गोपिका वल्लभं श्रीधरं माधवं गोपिका वल्लभं जानकी नायकं रामचन्द्रं भजे जानकी नायकं
रामचन्द्रं भजे
अच्युतं केशवं सत्यभामाधवं माधवं श्रीधरं राधिकाराधिकम् इन्दिरामन्दिरं चेतसा सुन्दरम् इन्दिरामन्दिरं चेतसा सुन्दरं देवकी नन्दनं नन्दनं सन्धरे देवकी नन्दनं विष्णवे जिष्णवे शङ्खिने चक्रिणे रुक्मिणी रागिने जानकी जानये वल्लभी वल्लभार्याचितायात्मने वल्लभी वल्लभायाचितायात्मने कल्पविध्वंसिने वंशिने ते नमः कंसिने ध्वंसिने वंशिने ते नमः कृष्ण गोविंद हे राम नारायण श्रीपते वासुदेवाजिता श्रीनिधे अच्युतानंद हे माधवाधोक्षज अच्युतानंत हे माधवाधोक्षजा द्वारका नायका द्रौपदी रक्षका द्वारका नायका द्रौपदी रक्षका द्वारका नायका द्रौपदी रक्षका हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण जय श्री कृष्ण जय श्री कृष्ण I want you all to warm yourself up a little bit. The first night is always a little bit chilly, and of all the days we've chosen to start, Bhagwan shows his blessings on these times. So we're going to chant Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. You must smile, you must clap. This is the very first session of Bhagvat, an introduction of something that is very, very beautiful and very uplifting. We have so much to talk about, so much to discuss, and I'm sure all of you will participate in your own way. Please remember, when you're here tonight and all the other nights, you are nowhere else. You have to promise me that one thing, that when you're here, you're nowhere else. My mind can be at so many other places right now. There's so many things going on in the society, in our community, families, so many things are happening. But these 2 hours that we're going to spend together in Bhagavad Katha, promise me, forget about me, because something I broke it. Promise Krishna and Radha that you are going to be here. Understand? You're not going to be anywhere else. And as long as you're here, you're going to enjoy this Bhagavatam. Bhagavad Katha has the ability to transform a human being into someone very divine. Bhagavad Katha has the ability, not me, not anybody else, Bhagavad Katha has the ability to transcend you from this platform, from Brampton to Vrindavan. Bhagavad Katha has the ability to nourish you. Bhagavad Katha is nourishing. Bhagavad Katha is uplifting. Bhagavad Katha, yes, it is the Katha of the Lord. This is the Sakshat Rupa Bhagwan. So we'll talk about that, but for now, we'll get into some mantra chanting, and then we'll do our beautiful Katha tonight. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare.
Oh Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna
Everybody
Krishna
chant.
Krishna Hare Hare.
Let the mantra elevate you. Let your spirit and your energy raise for the Lord. Oh Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare
Jai
Hare.
Jai Radha Raman Hari Bol Jai Jai Radha Raman Hari Bol Jai Jai Radha
Raman Hari Bol. Jai Jai Radha Raman Hari Bol.
Oh Jai Jai Radha Raman Hari Bol Jai Jai Radha Raman Hari Bol Jai Jai Radha
Raman Hari Bol.
Everybody
Jai Jai
जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल।
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 जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल। जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल। जय जय
राधा रमण हरि बोल।
If your hands are working, put them to work, everybody. हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल। हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल। हरि बोल
हरि बोल हरि बोल। हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल।
हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल। हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल। हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल। हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल। हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल। हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल। हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल। हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल। हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल। हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल। कृष्ण त्वदीय पद पंकज पंचरान्ते अद्वैव मे विशतु मनसा राजहंसा। प्राण प्रयाण समये कववत्पितैः कंठारोधन विद्यो स्मरणं कुतस्ते। ध्येयं सदा परे भवग्नमविष्टदोहं। तीर्थात्पदं शिवविरञ्ची नूतं शरण्यं। भृत्याटिहं प्रणतपालभवाब्धिपोतं। वन्दे महापुरुषते चरणारविन्दं। बोले श्री कृष्ण कन्हैया लाल की, वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की। जय जय श्री राधे, जय जय श्री राधे, जय जय श्री राधे। पूज्य पंडित जी, भवानी शंकर मंदिर के पंडित जी, श्रोताजन, ब्राह्मण देवता, विप्र मंडली, हमारे प्यारे भाई बहनों, माता पिता, बच्चों भी, my pranam to all of you on this very first day of Bhavani Shankar Mandir's Bhagvat Saptaha. On behalf of our temple, we welcome you to our 13th annual Bhagvat Katha. This year, since I believe since 2019 we haven't been outside, but we're very, very happy to resume our outside Katha, which we thoroughly used to enjoy, and I'm sure this year we will again. Our tent got broken up. It was a very much bigger tent than this, but we're restarting everything after COVID, and so happy that we can be here today with your friends and family. To join in Katha. To our Shrotas, Auntie Kamal, and also to Auntie Shirley and Sati, our pranam and our thanks to both families, along with all our virtual Shrotas, whom we will hear about them later. But our pranam to all of them, and thank you so much for reaching out to us and being our Shrotas. These are families that you all know about. Auntie Kamal is a staple at our temple. This year, January, she celebrated her 75th birthday, earlier January, and whole year she's better than me. She's celebrating her 75th birthday whole year, and I was there, as I told you, from the time I came to Canada, and I've celebrated many milestones with her. Bhagwan's blessings always to her and her family. She is taking this yatra for a couple of days, a few days, to be with us as Shrota. and to Auntie Shirley and Sati, my villagers, my own people from back home, who was, we have come to this country, but we have never stayed apart, as close as we were back home. Today we're giving thanks to Bhagwan and gratitude for many things in life, and we want to ask the Lord's blessings on them and their family. And to all of you, so nice to see you. Bhagavad Saptaha commences today, and of course every night we want it to be very beautiful, and glad we can start this way. First night is always a little bit, we have so much to do, but I'm very glad that we can see all of you here tonight. Bhagavad Katha is, it's different. It is not like the like Gita or Rama, in which you can, choose a particular katha and then, oh, that's not us. Okay, it's not like a Ram Katha where you can, you see, you promised me you'll be here for 2 hours. So if you look over there, it means you're not here. I didn't promise you, you promised me. Actually, you promised Krishna. So please don't break your promise to Krishna, because he's sending Shivji knocking his damaru over there. And he's wondering what is going on. So, Katha is, Bhagavad Katha is Sakshat Bhagwan Shri Krishna. Today is the Bhagavad Mahatmya. It's not even the beginning. When Thakurji, Shri Krishna Chandra Shastri, came to our temple to read Bhagavad Katha from Vrindavan, this is a world-renowned scholar of Bhagavad. He came right in this temple before COVID, and he read for 7 sessions to our Indian community. He speaks Hindi only, obviously. And apart from admiring the beauty and so on of he felt so much at home. He said that Bhagavad Katha should be done for 8 days. 8 sessions. Why? Because the first day is called Bhagavad Mahatmya, which is the greatness of Bhagavad. Shukdev Mahamuni, Vyasji Mahamuni wrote about the greatness of Bhagavatam. Tomorrow is actually when we begin book 1, and that is how it is supposed to be read. We try our best to uphold our tradition at Bhavani Shankar Mandir. When the children were younger, they used to admire my Bhagavad hat. They used to call it my Bhagavad hat because they found it funny. And so we laughed about it many years until they grew up and they understood the importance of traditions. If you ask a person what a pagri means, they'll tell you 1,000 things. 1,000 people you ask, they'll tell you 1,000 things. You can slice and dice it in how many ways you want to. But a pagri comes from our deep-rooted tradition of North Indians, Bhagavad Katha. In all the highest offices of this world, a hat completes the uniform. When a policeman stands to salute in his highest position, he wears his gloves, he has his stick, and he has everything else, but he has his hat as well, and that completes his appearance. Right? In many parts of this world, in many, many professions at the highest level, the hat completes the whole structure. Bhagavad Katha, the pagri is usually worn to adore the Vyaspit. Even in India, they still do it in so many ways today, to adore the Vyaspit, which is what I'm sitting on, representing Vyas Bhagwan. It is my prayer that as we start this journey today, we will become closer to Bhagwan Shri Krishna. I would like all of you, at the end of this Bhagavad, to learn something, to sing something, and to use a new prayer in your life. Something that will enhance your life, not only bring you out to your temple or your altar, but something that will enhance your life. And we're going to start with one tonight. And before we do that, we do this little dhun to Bhagwan Shri Krishna, seeking his blessings on all of you. It's a little bit chill tonight. It's going to be better, but we're going to clap our hands and make sure that the Lord is warming us up all. Bole Shri Krishna Chandra Bhagavan ki Jai, Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki Jai, Jai Jai Sri Radhe Shyam. शाम से मिलने का शाम से मिलने का सत्संग ही बहाना है शाम से मिलने का सत्संग ही बहाना है कृष्ण से प्रीत लगी उनको भी निभाना है शाम से मिलने का सत्संग ही बहाना है सत्संग है एक अमृत सागर जितना चाहो भर लो सागर सत्संग है एक अमृत सागर जितना चाहो भर लो आगर मुक्ति को पाना है सत्संग एक ठिकाना है शाम से मिलने का हो सत्संग एक ठिकाना है ज्ञान भक्ति की बहती गंगा करु योग की मिलती शिक्षा ज्ञान भक्ति की बहती गंगा करु योग की मिलती शिक्षा जीवन को बनाना है सत्संग एक ठिकाना है शाम से मिलने का सत्संग एक ठिकाना है कृष्ण से प्रीत लगी उनको भी निभाना है उनको भी निभाना है उनको भी निभाना है शाम से मिलने का सत्संग एक ठिकाना है कृष्ण से प्रीत लगी उनको भी निभाना है It is in satsang that we meet. It is in satsang that we grow. It is in satsang that we prosper. And it is in satsang that we meet Bhagwan. Satsang है एक अमृत सागर जितना चाहो भर लो आगर. Satsang is a amrit sagar. It is an ocean of nectar. And when we come here, there is no short of this nectar. Welcome once again. And it's my pleasure and our blessing tonight to welcome our Revered Puja Pandit Rupnath Sharmaji from the Mississauga Ram Mandir and also all of my friends, some of my friends from the Mississauga Ram Mandir. So nice to see all of you. We share a very long, very beautiful and loving relationship and we continue to do that in Bhaagvat Katha. Pandit Rupnath Sharma, of course, needs very little introduction to our Hindu community and other communities as well. He wears so many hats and so many positions and we'll hear from him later. Welcome Panditji and to Ram Mandir as well. Now all of you, we're going to chant the introductory shlokas of the Bhagavatam. I would like you to chant with me. This is one of the prayers. Shukadeva Mahamuni, Vyas Muni rather, is going to write the first shlok of the Bhagavatam, but he's not going to write it or call the name, he's not going to write it dedicating it, to a particular name. What's important is these first six slokas, they came from the Padma Puran. They are not even the Bhagavad shlokas, but you can call them the Bhagavad first shlokas. Please clasp your hand. This is a prayer, which I'd like all of us, of course, to continue to learn by the end of the Bhagavad. I'm sure you will know it. Om Satchidananda Rupaya Vishvotpatya Dihetave तापत्रय विनाशाय श्री कृष्णाय वयं नमः. Again, सच्चिदानंद रूपाय विश्वोत्पत्त्या दिहेतवे तापत्रय विनाशाय गोविंदाय नमो नमः. One more time, 3 times always good. Satchidananda Rupaya Vishwotpatya Dihetave Tapatraya Vinashaya Shri Krishnaya Vayam Namaha. Bole Shri Krishna Chandra Bhagavan ki. Vyasji describes Lord Krishna as Satchit Ananda Rupa. He is the form of Sat, Chit and Anand. Truth, consciousness and bliss. The Hindu Sanatan Dharma describes, and this is the very first verse as I open the page, as you all know, you've been hearing this 13 years now. Satchidanand, the Hindu, the form of God is consciousness, or we can say the Lord is formless. It's pure consciousness, energy. But as we've been saying for the past 57 days in Shrine, to reflect on something called consciousness, the Lord has appeared in all these forms to help us, to see, to visualize, and to have some confidence that He exists. So He came as Ram, Krishna, and so on. Vyasji bows, Satchidananda Rupaya Vishwotpatya Dihetave. And he says he bowed to this form of the Lord, Tapatraya Vinashaya, Shri Krishnaya Vayam Namah. He bows to Krishna, who removes the 3 sources of problems. What are the 3 sources of problems? Tapatraya. There are only 3 sources. Everything comes from these 3 sources. We can slice it and dice it however you want, but every problem in the world comes from 3 sources. And this is the Bhaagvat saying that having its origin in the own mind or body. Right? Tapatraya. The problems or diseases that come from your body and your mind. Today, after so much time living on this earth, we are so much into mental illness. We are becoming more and more aware of this. You know the temple here, we've had workshops and so for this. Mental illness. Bhagavatam says it exists, that one of the sources of problems in our life is caused by the body, the mind. That's 1. 2, the sources of problems, that which is inflicted by other creatures, by people, by things around you, and so on. And 3rd, natural calamities, wildfires that is happening right now in Canada, earthquakes, hurricanes, and so on. But how is it that we deal with all of this? The Hindu way is very deep, very vast, and we can find so many solutions. He says the simplest and the more profound way of helping us to heal physically, mentally, from the judgment of others and from the calamities of this world. How do you heal? Tapatra Vinashaya Krishna Shri Krishnaya Vayam Namah. We bow to the feet of Shri Krishna. We accept Him as our Sakha in life, and He helps us. Of course, not just on Sunday morning or Monday evening, but every prana we take it as a gift from the Lord. And every action we perform, we give it as a gift to the world. Yesterday we had our last Monday in Shravan. We had our 11 times Hanumanji Chalisa chanting. For the last 4 weeks we did that. 11 times Hanumanji Chalisa chanting. You all were here. Every time people came up, they offer a fruit after every Chalisa. But then I told the people yesterday, I said, you may not have fruits, you may not have flowers, you may not have dakshina, you may not have everything because you came from work or whatever. Although you may come with an empty hand, please don't forget to come with a filled heart of love. This is very important for worship, a filled heart of love. Vyasji Maharaj says, I bow to that Krishna. Yam pravrajantamupeta krityam dvaipayano viraha katara juhava putreti tanmataya tavaro bhinestum sarvabhuta hridayam munimanatosmin. Now the Bhagavatam describes the narrator of the Bhagavat. His name is Shukadev Mahamuni or Sut Ji Maharaj. Sut Ji was born. How was he born? He was not born ordinarily. You know, Shukadev Mahamuni, you will hear me using it interchangeably. He is the parrot-mouthed sage. You see, we have him here. This is Shukadev Mahamuni. He's not here because we like golden parrot. We brought him from Vrindavan. He's very cute, by the way. And all the children, when they come to the temple, he's in front of Krishna. They always rub his head like this. I don't know why. But they're petting him like a little parrot. Well, that's not bad. They have fun doing it, and they do it respectfully. Shukadev Mahamuni, the parrot-mouthed sage. Niganam kalpataror galitam shukham. Shukhamukadamita sanyutam pipata bhagvata rasamalayam muhuraho rashika bhuvi bhavaka. Let me ask you, many of you are from Guyana and Trinidad and so on. You know what is the sweetest mango you can eat? Some people say board peck, some people say board bite. All right? Which is the same thing. Board bite or board peck mango is the sweetest one you can eat. When the bird samples it, and I don't know why the bird never eats out the whole thing. He just pecks the mango, and he leaves and it goes away. And then when you get hold of a bird peck mango, it's like you have found nectar. It's like you find, well, you may know a nectar in Guyana, you find gold. You celebrate. You slice it, you dice it, you share with the people. You're so proud to have a bird peck mango. The Bhagavatam is a bird peck mango. Shukadev Mahamuni is the parrot-mouthed sage, and he's narrating. But it is said in the Bhagavatam that this is not a fruit to eat. Pipata bhagavata rasamalayam muhuraho rasika bhuvi bhavaka. It is a juice, a nectar of the mango for us to consume. When Shukadev Mahamuni was born, he came out of his mother's womb. You know how long he spent in his mother's womb? He spent 16 years in his mother's womb. When it was time to come out, he didn't come out. He stayed in. He chose his time of arrival. But when he came out, Yam pravrajantam manupetam apeta kritvam dvaipayane viraha katarajuhava. He immediately walked out of the home of his parents, Vedvyas and Vatika. And they were concerned that the boy who was not invested with the thread, the janeo, is leaving home without the guidances. But Shukadev Mahamuni received all the teachings while he was in the womb of his mother. And so Shaunak Muni is narrating this part of it. He submitted. He met Suta, the young boy. And he said, you know, you are as brilliant and splendorous as millions of suns put together. Agyana dhvanta vidhvansa koti surya samaprabha sutakyahi kathasaram mamakarna samayatam. That we have so many questions for you, Shudji. Please answer them for us. What were the questions? They ask. Among everything they ask, they say, Suji, what is the royal road to purification in this time of Kali Yuga? What will be the greatest source of purification in this age of Kali Yuga? Suji Maharaj, Jai Jai Radha Raman Hari Bol. Jai Jai Radha Raman Hari Bol. Jai Jai Radha Raman Hari Bol.
Jai Jai
जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल, जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल, जय जय
राधा रमण हरि बोल, जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल।
प्रीति शौनकया नित्यो ह्याते वाञ्चे विचार्य सा सर्वसिद्धान्त निष्पन्नं संसार भयनाशनं भक्त क्रोध निवर्धनं यच्च कृष्णा संतोष हेतकरं तद्धहं तेऽभिभास्यामि सावधानतया शृणु। जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल, जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल, जय जय राधा
रमण हरि बोल, जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल,
जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल, जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल, जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल, जय जय राधा रमण
हरि बोल।
Suji Maharaj says, Shaunak, in this age of Kali Yuga, when we are looking for purification, how many times we are trying to purify the body with so many agents and so many things, different kind, different prices, different brand. Are we still much more pure physically than the person sitting next to us? I remember as a little boy, I always like to share my little days when I was a boy, because I think it's important for our children to understand how we were brought up. Growing up in the villages, when you didn't have much, all of us used to bathe with something called sal soap. I don't think a few people know what sal soap is. Sal soap, you used to scrub clothes with it. It was very potent, it was very strong, right? And sometimes you do the same thing to bathe. And then when you had a little money, you buy something called Lux soap. Right? Lux. Arvindaji, you're shaking your head. You know what Lux is. That's very good. Good smell. And if you use Lux soap, it means you're rich. So once a year, twice a year, we used to be rich. But they had different kinds of sal soap. They had the blue one. They had one in Razo. Remember that? 3 for 20. That was the price then. You use it and you clean your skin. No wonder we got a little complexion. Maybe it kind of, anyways. So, no matter how many sources of purification we use, are we much cleaner physically than the person next to us? I don't go into that decision, but Suji Maharaj says, the greatest source of purification on this earth, in the age of Kali Yuga, Kala Vyala Mukhagrans Sannivarsha Hetave Shrimat Bhagvatam Shastram Kalo Kirena Bhashitam. Shrimat Bhagvatam Shastram Kalo Kirena Bhashitam. The presence alone of this Bhagavatam can remove the impurities from our lives. I'm sure many of you have made some sort of arrangement mentally, physically, to be here for 7 sessions, because after tonight you'll hear how the Bhagavatam has elevated. Now Suji Maharaj narrates about the coming of Narad Muni. Narad Muni is a sage. Tomorrow I'll tell you the life history of Narada, how he became such a great sage. But once Naraji came to visit this earth, where did he go? Aham tu pritavim yato gyatva sarvatamamiti Pushkaram cha prayagam cha kashi godavari tatha Harikshetram kurukshetram shrirangam setu bandhunam Evamadishu tirtheshu brahmamana etastata Napashyam kutra chircharma manaha santoshakaranam Kalina dharma matrena dharena bhadidhadunaha. Naraji has heard so much about this earth. And so what he did, He came from the heavens and he's touring Shriman Narayan. Today's Purnima. Shriman Narayan, 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 Shriman Narayan, Narayan, Narayan. Oh, Shriman Narayan, 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 Shriman
Narayan, Narayan, Narayan.
Satya Narayan, 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 Satya Narayan,
Narayan, Narayan.
Oh, ekda naimisharanya rishaya shaunakadaya prapya churmunaya sarve sutam pauranikam kalu vratena tapasa kimva prapyate vanchitam phalam tatsarvashotumichhama kathayasya mahamune Narayan, Narayan, Narayan.
Shriman Narayan, Narayan, Narayan.
Oh, Shriman Narayan, Narayan, Narayan.
Shriman Narayan, Narayan, Narayan.
Satya Narayan, Narayan, Narayan. Satya Narayan, Narayan, Narayan. Naraji came to this earth to feast on the beauty of Brahma's creation. He wanted to find peace. Like we leave, many of you leave your multi-million-dollar homes, and I leave my little hut sometimes to go somewhere to find little happiness. Yeah, all the people here, most of you are from Castlemore. We leave Castlemore, all the castles, and we go to stay. People go in a tent, in camping to find happiness. Right? How many people go sometimes to different places? I had a friend the other day. He came back from Cuba. He said, Ardat, man, I can go live there now. I say, you know what's funny? The people who are living there want to come live where you're living. Because all of us, we go somewhere, we enjoy a few days, no bills to pay, no roti to cook, no children to look after. You enjoy life. You think that is it, right? I do that too. But then you wake up the next morning and say, wait a minute. No, I got to go back. And then you come back here. And you feel that that's life. And then you start your daily routine and you forgot all about it again. Naraji came for a vacation. He wanted to see the beauty of Brahma's creation. And then when he came, he wanted to find peace. But he walked around. Where did he go? Aham tu prithviyato gyatva sarvo tamamati pushkaram cha prayagam cha kashi godavari tatha. He went to Pushkar. Pushkar is a very beautiful place, about 2.5 to 3 hours from Jaipur, where the only Brahma temple is. The Brahma Sarovar is there where people go to do Pitru Shrad and Tarpanam. It's very beautiful, very, very peaceful. He went to Pushkar, Prayagamcha. He went to Prayag, right? The Triveni Sangam. Kashi Godavari Tatha. He went to Kashi, where it is the capital city of Bhagwan Shivji. Godavari Tatha. He went to the beautiful Godavari river. Harikshetram, Kurukshetram, Sriranga Setu Vandhanam. He went to Kurukshetra, where the Mahabharat war was fought. He went to Srirangam Bhagwan Narayana. He went to Setu Bandhana, South India, where Rameshwar Lingam is. Evame Dishite Tirtheshu Brahmamana Etastata. He went to all these places of Tirtha. These places are called Tirtha, pilgrimage places. But he was not able to find peace. He was not able to find Shanti. The things that we leave and go find, he was not able to find it. He continued his stroll. It's a beautiful place called Earth, and we are all searching for this peace. He goes to a place now at the bank of the Yamuna, and he sees a woman, a young lady crying, and beside this young lady were 2 old men, and they were in pains and they couldn't stand up. And he did not know what to do. So he goes. And the lady, Balovacha, the lady spoke to the saint. You know, a saintly person don't necessarily wear a certain garb. Our scriptures don't say that they wear a yellow garb, an orange garb, a black garb, a red garb. In India, the saints, sometimes you see them, you don't even know them. They wear a t-shirt, right? So many beautiful, wonderful saints of this world. As all of you have access to phones now, you should look up some of the saints. When we had Bhaagvat classes here, this is one of the subjects we taught our children, the saints of Hinduism. There are many, many nowadays saints who are doing lots of great work in this world. You'll see them and you will not even know that they are saints. One of the world's most famous Ramayani or Ram Kathavachak is Sant Murari Bapu. And when you watch him, how he dresses in simple clothing, he wears a t-shirt kurta and he has his Ram Naam chadar. And recently he completed the yatra of all the 12 Jyotirlingams at his age. Of course, he's got the luxurious stuff, don't get me wrong. But he's done a lot of good work for this world that we live in. Such a simple man. Lots of modern day saints, but we have lots of saints walking on the road in jeans and t-shirt and slippers. But because they are not dressed in a certain way, our sant carries a mark of quality. Not necessarily where you have to dress a certain way to, project our culture and so on. But a saint carries qualities in them. The saint, Naraji, the minute he approaches this young girl who's crying over two men, older men lying beside her, and she is standing up, she immediately recognized that this is a good man. I can speak to him. So what did she say? Bho bho sadhu kshranam tishta machinta mapinashaya darshanam tavalokasya sarvatagharam param bahuda tava vakyena dukha shantir bhavishyati yada vabhyam bhaved bhuri भवतो दर्शनम तथा संतन के संग लाग रे तेरी अच्छी बरी है संतन के संग लाग रे तेरी अच्छी बरी है अच्छी बनेगी तेरी बिगड़ी बनेगी अच्छी बनेगी तेरी बिगड़ी बनेगी आए तोरे बहो बरे भाग्य रे तेरी अच्छी बनेगी संतन के संग लाग रे तेरी अच्छी बनेगी ध्रुव जी ने बन गई प्रहलाद जी की बन गई ध्रुव जी की बन गई प्रहलाद जी की बन गई हरि सुमिरन में लाग रे तेरी अच्छी बनेगी हरि सुमिरन में लाग रे तेरी अच्छी बनेगी संतन के संग लाग रे तेरी अच्छी बनेगी संतन के संग लाग रे तेरी अच्छी बनेगी. Mother Bhakti, her name was. Bho bho sadhu kshadam tishta satchinta mani nashaya. She said, "O saint, by looking at you, my mind is at ease." I don't know, maybe it is possible in life to have a vision of somebody and your mind is not at ease. And sometimes when you see people, your mind at ease. The lady says, "Saint, I see you and you've brought peace to my mind." Narada was confused. Narada said, "Who are you? And who are these two old men beside you?" She says, "Aham bhakti rati kyata ime me tanayo mato ज्ञान वैराग्य नामानो काल योगे न जर्जते." गंगाध्या सरितश्चेमा मत्सेवार्थ समागता तथापि नाचा में श्रेया सेविताया सुरैरई. Bhagavad shlokas are important to chant because there's the whole purpose of Bhagavad shlokas, to create energies and vibrations, and that is why our community is so very positive as they receive these shlokas. Panditji also does Bhagavad Katha, beautiful Katha in his temple, and he also chants beautiful shlokas. Vishnu Mandir just finished theirs a few weeks ago. They chant beautiful shlokas as well. We're all doing our best to bring these very ancient scriptures to our community, for you to hold on to our roots and not let go of these positive things. She identifies herself, Aham Bhakti Rati Khyata. My name is Bhakti. What is Bhakti? What is the meaning of Bhakti? What is the meaning of Bhakti? Devotion. Good. Aham Bhakti Rati Khyata Ime Me Tanaya Mato. He says, my name is Bhakti. She was very young and vibrant, as devotion should be. No matter how old you are, our community, people in our community, no matter how old they are, you see the devotion in them is very vibrant. They have a longing to pray, they have a longing to throw dhar, they have a longing to offer prasad. They'll come to the temple, all temples they go, and they'll stand up in a line long enough and wait patiently to offer prasad to Bhagwan. The devotion is very vibrant. Sometimes the body is not supporting, but the devotion is always very vibrant. Bhakti Mata is very vibrant. There's a reason for that. And who are these two boys here? Well, they are my sons. Who are they? Gyan Vairagya. They are Gyan Vairagya. Gyan means spiritual enlightenment, and Vairagya means dispassion. The two of them are old, or they appear to be, because old is a perception. I think all of you know that by now. Age is a perception, old is a perception, and all that. I don't want to talk about that, but you know that already. But they were neglected. Why were they old? Dispassion, gyan. They were neglected. Dispassion. Nobody really paid attention to them. And these girls that were standing next to her are the rivers Ganga and others. They're gathered together in living forms. Living forms. They are standing there. But they were sad because there was a decline of the dharma. And then she asked, what help can you bring to us? And then Naraji says, how come you are young and they're old like this? Vrindavanam puna prapya navineva surupini jataham yuvati samsha srishta rupata sampradam. Bhakti Ma says, I am refreshed, I'm young, I'm vibrant because I have been in touch with Vrindavan. Vrindavan is written in the Bhagvat Mahapuran. Vrindavan is just not a figment of somebody's imagination or written as a history lesson. It is there in the Bhagavatam, Vrindavan. She says, I went to Vrindavan and I experienced the thrill of devotion. And that is how I am able to stay youthful. Dhani Vrindavan dham hai, Dhani Vrindavan naam, Dhani Vrindavan rasak jan sumire Radhe Shyam. Radhe 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 gaate rehna, जल्दी जल्दी वृंदावन आते रहना. राधे 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 गाते रहना, जल्दी जल्दी वृंदावन. Let's go to Vrindavan, everybody. Let's get out of Brampton for a moment and let's go to Vrindavan through the medium of devotion. Devotion has no one place. Devotion will transcend you or help you transcend from where you are to Vrindavan. Let us go there. ओ आते रहना, गाते रहना,
आते रहना, गाते
रहना, गाते रहना, राधे 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 गाते रहना, जल्दी जल्दी वृंदावन आते रहना। बोलो
राधे 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 रहना, जल्दी जल्दी वृंदावन आते रहना।
श्री राधे। वृंदावन आके तेरे भाग्य खुल जाएंगे, वृंदावन आके तेरे
भाग्य खुल जाएंगे,
यमुना नहा के सारे पाप धुल जाएंगे, यमुना नहा के सारे पाप धुल जाएंगे। अरे बार बार यमुना नहाते रहना, जल्दी जल्दी
वृंदावन आते रहना।
सभी को राधे 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 गाते रहना,
जल्दी जल्दी वृंदावन आते रहना।
Warm those hands up everybody. Let's go to Vrindavan. ओ चैन भी मिलेगा, आराम भी मिलेगा, चैन भी मिलेगा,
आराम भी मिलेगा,
राधा की कृपा से तुम्हें शाम भी मिलेगा, राधा की कृपा से तुम्हें शाम भी
मिलेगा।
दोनों के हृदय में बसाते रहना, जल्दी
जल्दी वृंदावन आते रहना।
बोलो राधे 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 गाते रहना,
जल्दी जल्दी वृंदावन आते रहना।
ओ वृंदावन एक बार जो आ जाएगा,
वृंदावन एक बार जो आ जाएगा,
दिल बार बार फिर से आना चाहेगा, दिल बार बार फिर से आना
जाएगा।
वृंदावन की परिक्रमा लगाते रहना, जल्दी जल्दी वृंदावन आते रहना। बोलो राधे 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 गाते रहना, जल्दी जल्दी
वृंदावन आते रहना।
ओ आते रहना, गाते रहना,
आते रहना, गाते रहना,
ओ आते रहना, गाते रहना, राधे 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 गाते रहना, जल्दी जल्दी वृंदावन आते रहना। बोलो राधे 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 गाते रहना,
जल्दी जल्दी वृंदावन आते रहना।
ओ जल्दी जल्दी वृंदावन आते रहना, जल्दी जल्दी वृंदावन आते रहना। बोले वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की। It is amazing what a space or how a space can transform your life. That is why we have beautiful temples. We have so many beautiful temples, so that it is kept in a certain way, so that when you go there, you experience a thrill. You have beautiful murtis in your home, lingams in your home, and so you do beautiful puja. Right? Just like you have a nice backyard with a hammock and everything, you want to get away sometimes to a place that is designed to capture your attention, to let you enjoy a little bit of pleasure. Similarly, these places, Bhagwan walked upon them, not for us to enjoy pleasures, but to enjoy bliss. Vrindavan is such a place. And I know many of you have gone to Vrindavan before, and you've enjoyed your stay there. But we have to talk a little bit about these places, because they're Hindu places, they exist. There's so many great things happening today in Vrindavan and Kashi and so on. Thanks to, of course, our Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Today, Kashi, there is a ghat from a Vishwanath Bhagwan temple to Manikarnika Ghat. I haven't gone since that happened, but now that there's a bridge that you can walk directly, imagine that, to Manikarnika Ghat without going around all the little gullies. And I understand, I've seen pictures of it, and I'm sure when you go, you will take the ability or the pleasure to visit that place. But it is designed to enhance our bhakti, to allow us to grow. Vrindavan ek baar jo aa jayega, dil baar baar phir se aana chahega. If you go once to Vrindavan, you will want to go many, many times. Anybody ever been to Vrindavan before? A lot of hands here. There we go. Beautiful. Ram, you went to Vrindavan. You don't put up your hand, though? Nado, you don't put up your hand? Okay, all right. I know they're very, modest people. They want you to come steady. So the beautiful makhan and the experience, it's all very blissful. Mother Bhakti says that I've gone there and I'm touched. So Dhani Vrindavana Dham. But how are my two sons going to be awakened? Narada Uvacha Vrindavana Samyogat Punastvam Taruninava Dhanyam Vrindavanam Tena Bhaktir Nityati Yatracha. Yes, Bhakti, due to the contact with Vrindavan, you have become young again and fresh again. Just like Mata Sita blessed Hanumanji, because of your devotion to Ram, you will never grow old. Very nice. Very nice. What are 3 things of Hanuman you should never forget?
You never fail. He keeps the name of Ram.
I don't understand one thing you say, but that's fine. The first one is? He never failed. Secondly? He never left anything incomplete. And third? He always took the name of Sri Ram before and while he did everything. Now you can get 1,000 things on Hanumanji, but 3 things they know. All of you know, of course, you come choose the service. He never failed, he never left anything incomplete, and he always take the name of Ram Bhagwan with him. These are called the nectar of everything. Tonight I real long here, but you got to take away the nectar of what we are talking about. Nectar. Yes, you've gone to Vrindavan, but how are we going to revive your 2 sons? We're going to revive your 2 sons. Then what happens now? Naraji met the Sanat Kumar. You all have to listen carefully because I will ask you later who are the Sanat Kumars. You don't have to remember their names, you can just tell me. They are the mind-born sons of Bhagwan Brahma. They are the mind-born sons of Bhagwan Brahma. Their names are Sanak, Sanandan, Sanatan, Sanat Kumar. The 4 mind-born sons. Naraji went to them for help. And they said, Naraji, it is only the Srimad Bhaagvat Mahapuran Katha that can revive someone from their sicknesses, mentally and physically, that can revive their devotion, that can uplift them. That come, we will help you to revive these 2 young men and everyone who will listen to the Katha. Now what happened in the context of the Bhagavad Katha? I'll give you another clue. The first recitation of the Katha was done by the Sanat Kumar, the 4 sons to Naraji. He narrated the Katha at the bank of the Ganga at a place called Harkipori. Harkipori, as you know, some of you shake your head, you went there, is where the nectar dropped. He sat there, that's in Haridwar, and he narrated the Bhagavad Katha to Mother Bhakti, to Gyan and Vairagya, and to all the celestials. And at the end of the narration of the Katha, what happened? The 2 boys were transformed from very old, feeble ones to very lively, very young men. And how did he remove this bhakti? We talked about that. The Sanat Kumar give them the Bhagavad Katha. Uktam Bhagavatam Nityam Kritam Cha Harichittanam Tulasi Poshan Chaiva Dhuninam Sevanam Samam Antakale Cha Tuyaineva Shruyate Shakashashravat Pritya Tasyaiva Vaikuntham Govindopi Prayachati. Srimad Bhagavad Katha, Shukadev Mahamuni tells us that the Srimad Bhagavad Katha read every day or listened for the next 7 days and coupled with contemplation on Bhagwan Sri Hari. You just can't listen to it. You have to contemplate on the Lord. Think of Krishna, nobody else. All of us have some sort of mountain we are climbing. Yesterday I talked about this. We have some type of mountains we are carrying, or we are climbing, or we are going to drive, whatever it is. It is not going to help if you constantly think about it. This few moments that we are here, we have no control of many things in our life, but we have our control where our minds can be. Contemplation of Bhagwan Vishnu. Third, the watering of the Tulsi plant. And fourth, the service towards Gau Mata, the cows. We've always spoken about that. These things can revive even a dying person, physically or otherwise, in many ways. And so he narrated, and the two boys came back to their vibrancy. Bole Shrimat Grantaraj Bhagvat Mahapuran ki jai. मुझको माधव का सहारा मिल गया. What is this that we want in life? मुझको माधव का सहारा मिल गया. All of us are thirsty. You know, there was a saint in Vrindavan. There's a true story. There's a true story. But I don't tell you lies. I tell you all true story. There's a saint in Vrindavan. He sat at the doors of Banke Bihari. And he kept saying, मैं प्यास हूँ, मैं प्यास हूँ, मैं प्यास हूँ, मैं प्यास हूँ. He was away from Vrindavan for some time. And then they bought water and give him, bought cane juice and give him. They bought dahi and give him. They bring lime water and give him. He said, nahi chahiye, nahi chahiye, nahi chahiye, nahi chahiye. And they said, Sadhu, ab to kya chahiye? Another sadhu was coming. The sadhu ne kaha tha ki, पानी पीकर प्यास बुझा दो, नैनन को कैसे समझा दो. When the body is thirsty, you drink water. But when your eyes are thirsty for God, how do you explain that to your eyes? You can't water your eyes. Well, we can. We can cry for the Lord. And those of us who go to Banke Bihari temple, you'll know that the Lord is so beautiful. His bright, sparkling eyes, when you stand from a distance and you watch him, that is the best darshan. And I sort of have an advantage, because when I stand at the back and there's literally 1,000 people in front of me, they don't block me. So I see right in front of the Lord in Vrindavan, because that is how the Lord has unfortunately made all of us. The glittering eyes of the Lord. Let us have the thirst. The sadhu says, I want to see Krishna. I want to see him. मुझको माधव का सहारा मिल गया. मुझको माधव का सहारा
मिल गया.
ओ मेरी किश्ती को किनारा मिल गया. मुझको माधव का सहारा मिल गया. मुझको माधव का सहारा मिल गया. श्री राधे ढूंढती थी मेरी नजरों जो नजर. ढूंढती थी मेरी नजरों जो नजर. प्यासी नजरों को किनारा मिल गया. प्यासी नजरों मेरी किश्ती को किनारा मिल गया. मुझको
माधव का सहारा मिल गया.
मुझको माधव का सहारा मिल गया. मैं किसी के द्वार जाऊं किस लिए, मैं किसी के द्वार जाऊं किस लिए, मुझको मोहन का दोबारा मिल गया,
मुझको मोहन का दोबारा मिल गया,
मेरी किश्ती को किनारा मिल गया,
मुझको माधव का सहारा मिल गया, मुझको माधव का सहारा मिल गया।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, everybody
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे,
हरे राम 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 हरे हरे,
हरे राम 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 हरे हरे,
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे,
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे,
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे,
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण
हरे हरे, कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, कृष्ण कृष्ण ओ हरे हरे। श्री कृष्ण चंद्र भगवान की। The greatness of the Katha, that we are all locked so tightly in this tent tonight to digest. The last Katha of the Bhaagvat Mahatyam is about Govardhan, Gokarna Radha and Dundukari. You've heard this Katha so many times. There was one by the name of Dundali. This talks greatly about our service to our parents and our responsibility towards them, and a lot about how Bhagavatam can elevate you. I would like to say as well that there are lots of course, our community and society is filled with challenges. We know that. There are a lot of little things, minor things we talked about, we chit-chat about. And there are a lot of things that we have brought forward as well from old generations that we never understood. And still today we don't understand them. One of the things, especially in the West Indian community, where, you know, when someone dies in the West Indian community, in the home, you hear all kinds of things, and it's purely because people don't know. That's all. You don't know. We are told that you cannot do a lot of things. You can't, especially where prayers are concerned. Obviously, you know that you can do what we call jhandi or puja, satsang and thing in your home. But that's not truly so. I think we were brought up with a certain belief that when someone dies, we have to abandon Bhagwan, abandon our culture, abandon our God, abandon our puja, abandon our seva, but we don't abandon anything else. Right? We don't abandon anything else. That's not true. We have to break that barrier and understand why this is meant to happen. For this Bhagavad Katha, you know what I did? I told people. I know how many people have lost so many friends and family during COVID, after COVID and all that. I said, they said, Panditji, can I come out and live? You know, Mami said we can't. I said, no, this is the best time to come out. Sit in Katha. But what are we going to do when people clapping our hand? I said, you should clap your hand too. You should clap your hand too, because it helps to deal with your inner challenges. You know that? Clap your hands. All the time we talk about it. If someone died for you, it does not mean, you have to cope, you have to grieve, you have to mourn and all that. And we will be there with every step of the way to mourn and help you cope. Physically, mentally, emotionally, all. But it does not mean that you have to suspend your religious, spiritual, or cultural life. It is actually a time to enhance your devotion, to help you, Atma, much you can do with the Atma, help you to cope with this. Most of what we do in rituals is to bring closure to the self. When you go to a funeral and you see the roses are put and everything, there isn't much it's going to do to the dead man or dead woman, you know that. It's to help you cleanse your guilt, cope, and bring closure and all that. I've never given you a rose, so here's one, right? I've never given you perfume yet. Whole life, metro dort water, and you take some perfume. It's to help you cope. It can't change. You all know this. It will never change where the Atma is going. No matter how much perfume you spray or how much rose you give. It's to help you bring closure. Prayer brings the most comfort and closure in a person's life. Satsang helps to elevate you from your sorrows. I was telling you the other day about the discussion between Adi Shankaracharya, one of the greatest debates that happened on this earth, with Adi Shankaracharya and Mandana Mishra. When they asked him about the purpose of pleasures, he had to come out of his body, go into another, experience pleasure, and come in back. And he says, pleasures are good, but they are temporary to help you forget about your pains. And when your pains are over, or your pleasures are over, your pains will still be there. But the only thing that is guaranteed to help you experience bliss over pleasure and over pain is Shri Krishna. Shri Krishna Vayam Namama. Satchidananda Rupaya. This beautiful story was about a sage. He wanted to have a child. They went to a sadhu. Our culture is very, very powerful rituals and powerful Vedic hymns. They went to a sadhu, and the sadhu said, this is nothing strange to us. Putreshri Yagya was done for Raja Dashrath. He was in the 4th stage. He was in his 80s when he wanted children. Ram Bhagwan was not coming. Bhagwan Narayan told him, I'm going to come as your son, but the Lord was not coming. So he went to his guru. And Guru Vashishta said, Shringi Rishi Vashishta Bulaya. He performed the Putreshti Yagya, and that is how Agni Bhagwan blessed them with children. To all the youngsters who wanted to start a family in life, it's okay. We know very well how to physically bring someone into this world. Don't forget that we have to spiritually charge that child's life before you bring them. There was the sadhu, his name, his wife's name was Dhundali. Now what happened? He took Dhundali and to a sadhu. The sadhu gave them a fruit to eat. But Dhundali said, if I eat this fruit and I get pregnant, what will happen? So she went to her sister, because she didn't want to lose her figure and all that. All you children, you must know. The sacrifices your mother made to bring you in this world. Physical challenges they went through to bring you into this world. A lot of it. Let's think twice before we ever willfully cause them any pain. She said, I'm going to disfigure my body. I'm going to get stretch marks and all that. So she went to her sister. And her sister says, I'm going to eat the fruit for you. And when the baby born, I'm going to bring the baby for you. So she, right? Eat part of the fruit and throw away part of it. There was a cow nearby. The summary of the story is very detailed. The cow ate the fruit, and the sister ate part of it as well. After some time, she gave birth to a boy. His name was Dhundukari. Now, please don't name your child that, because, anyways. Baby named Dhundukari, secretly bring the child, give it to the mother, Dhunduli. And also, when the cow ate the fruit, the cow gave birth to a boy. His name was Gokarna. He was a boy, but he had the ears of the cow. Kriyat kale nato jato taruno tanaya ubhau Gokarna pandito gyani dhundukari mahakhalu. Kriyat kale nato jato taruno tanaya ubhau. The children were born. One was born from a cow. But his name was Gokarna. Who was Gokarna? Gokarna Pandito Gyani. He became a very learned person. And his brother Dhundali, who came from the womb of a mother, Dhundukari Mahakhala. Khal means an empty skull. He was void of knowledge, void of manners. You know, Chanak Niti says his old shloka, Yesham na vidya na tapo na danam na chapi shila na guno na dharma te martya loke bhuvibhara bhutam manushya rupe mriga charanti. Chanak Niti says, Yesham na vidya na tapo na danam. What is the purpose of this life if we don't have good manners? Somebody long ago, the people say, have manners. Have manners. Manners is very important to have. You remember the days, good morning, good afternoon, you have to tell all your neighbors good morning, good afternoon, or if you go back home for lunch, your parents will discipline you. We had Auntie Ivy. You don't tell Auntie Ivy good morning, good afternoon, you're in big trouble. You have to show respect to people. Manners, yesham na vidya nat tapo na danam. If you don't cultivate knowledge, if you don't pray, practice tapasya, nachapi shila na guno na dharma, if you don't have good values, belong to a faith, te martya loke bhuvibhara bhutam. In Chanak Niti's opinion, if we don't cultivate the things that human beings were born to embrace, then we'll be walking corpses on this earth. That is what we are. Dhundukari Mahakala, he demonstrated no values. He was very disrespectful. And what happened to him? He treated his mother with utmost disrespect. Beated his mother. And anyways, he was not a virtuous child at all. But Gokarna, he's a Brahmin. He came from the house of a Brahmin, if that means anything to anybody these days. The caste system was never meant to divide us. The caste system is never meant to divide us. The caste system was meant to learn about our lineage and to do the things that our ancestors did that will help us to elevate more quickly in life. But the West today in the schools, when they teach you about the caste system, it is very horrible. It is very, very horrible. A lot of kids here do religion in school, they know that. Divisions is not anything that the caste system spoke about. Anyways, he was a good Brahmana, Gokarna with the cow ears. And what happened, my friends? When after some time passed, his mother, Dhundukari, mother threw him out of the house because he was very bad, brought so much disrepute to his family. He went and he spent time with some women of ill repute. And what they did to him, all the jewelry he stole from his mother, they took it all and they killed him afterwards in a very distasteful way. They killed him. The books tell us that they put hot coals down his mouth, you know, and he died. When he died now, what happened? His brother didn't know where he was and all that kind of thing. So his brothers, when he heard that he died, his brother Gokarna, good devoted brother, did Shrad to him, for him, and for closure, and also to help the Atma ascend. But one night, as Gokarna, the noble brother, was sleeping, something happened. Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari He Nath Narayan Vasudeva Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari He Nath Narayan Vasudeva Oh He Nath Narayan Vasudeva He Nath Narayan Vasudeva Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari He Nath Narayan Vasudeva Evam Brahmam Sagokarna Swapuram Samapeyivan रात्रो गृहं गणे सप्तुर्मागतो लक्ष्यता परे तत्र सुप्तं स विज्ञाय धुन्धुकारी स्वबान्धवं निशीते धर्मशामासा महारौद्र तरं वपू श्रीकृष्ण गोविन्द हरे मुरारी everybody
हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव
श्री
कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव
सकृन्मेषा सकृद्भस्ति सकृच्च महिषो भवत् सकृतिन्द्र सकृश्चाग्री पुनश्च पुरुषो भवन् श्रीकृष्ण गोविन्द हरे मुरारी हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव
कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव
हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव
हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव
As Gokarna, his brother, the brother was sleeping. Dundukari had died. The shroud was done for him and so on. But evam brahman sa Gokarna supuram sarpuyitam. Gokarna was woken up by this big white ball of an energy in front of him. And Gokarna says, What is this? Gokarna started to ask. Kritsya mugrataro ratro krito yato dashamimam kim va preta pishacho va rakshaso siti shamsayanah. Gokarna says, who are you? And why are you appearing in this horrible ghostly form? Have you ever seen a ghost before? Nobody ever seen a Jambi before? You see, when I said ghost just now, you were quiet, but when I said Jambi, you laughed because it connected with you. Please don't look beside you. I'm sure the person sitting beside you don't want to know if they're a ghost or not. But this big ball of energy appeared in front of him. Gokarna says, who are you? But he could not speak. So Gokarna, being a very powerful Siddha Brahman, took the water and sprinkled it. Aham bhrata twadismim dhundukariti namata swakiyeneva doshena brahmatvam nashitam maya karmano nasti samkhyame mahagyane vivartina lokanam himsaka soham sribhir dukkhena maritah. Aham brata, I am your brother. The ghost now starts to speak. Aham brata twadiyosmi dhundukaratina. I am your brother, Dhundukari. And swakiye neva doshena, because of all the wrong things I've done in life, brahmatyam nashitam maya, I have committed brahmahatya, I've killed noble people. Karmano nasti samkhyame mahagyano vivartati. My karmas are so negative. We're so negative in life. Lokanam himsaka soham, that I cannot move from this earth to go anywhere else. We all have people who have passed away. I'm sure they're all in heaven, right? Because at the viewing, we always say they're at a better place now. I don't know how we know that, but we always say that. They're at a better place, right? They are in heaven. But this beautiful katha and puja and prayer is not for you alone, is not, I know it's entertaining sometimes and so after the fourth day, but it's for those who have left us. We have a responsibility. Every year in Pitru Pakshya, we do Garu Puran Katha. There are people here who religiously do Shrad and Garu Puran Katha. By Omkar and Darshani, they're one of the families, and many of the families here and so on. Religiously every year, they sit down for Bhaagvat Katha, for Garu Puran Katha. Because we owe a debt to our ancestors. Pach Mahayagya, 5 daily debts we use. All of your Gita students, that's why you know this. I don't want to go to that. But Pach Mahayagya, and one of them is Pitru Yagya. We are obligated to our ancestors because we don't, if you care about them, you will have a little picture, you will at least bow to them. But most importantly than the puja you will do to them is you will live a life that they will be proud of if they are here. You live a life that they'll be proud of if you're here. I told you so many times, even now my parents died 20 years ago, 21 years ago. Before I even think of doing something, I would say, what would my mother think about this? What would she do if she was here? How would she react to it? Right? How would she react to it? Because we have to care about them. It helps us grow as well. So the puja is good, but the good life is as well. When Gokarna heard that this is his brother, he says, wait, I have done pindas for you. I have done tarpana for you. You know how many people here I am in their will? You know how many people I'm in their will, but not to get anything. They said they want me to do their shroud when they die. I don't know what's going on, but that's fine. But I always tell them, why you want me to be with you when you're dead? Please, let's be together when you're alive. I don't mind doing shroud and thing, but let's enjoy this life. Let's come to the temple, let's sing, let's go to the park, have some fun. Let's enjoy this life, because you're assuming that when you die, I'm going to be around. Maybe you're assuming that. I don't know that. That's why we have to live a good life, because we don't know where we will go. We don't know what will happen to us. Will there be a pandit there? Will just live a pure, decent, good life. So that if someone is not even there to perform your shroud, at least your karmas will be so pure that you'll already be like Parikshit in the heavens. Anyways, when he heard this, he said, I've done pindas, I've done shroud for you, but you're still a bhoot. You're still a ghost. Then Gokarna says, wait, my brother, I have an obligation to you. I have an obligation to my pitris, to my ancestors, and to my brother. Gokarna was confused. I know it's 9 o'clock now. We started late, 10 minutes more. What did Gokarna do? He said, I have an obligation for you, and since I don't know what else to do, I'm going to go to one who will give me that shiksha. Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Suryaye Namah. Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Suryaye Namah. Shri Suryaye Namah. Adityaye Namah.
Shri Suryaye Namah. Adityaye Namah.
Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Suryaye Namah.
Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Suryaye Namah.
Surya Devata Sumiro Tohi Sumirat Jnana Buddhi Deho Mohi Jyoti Swarup Bhanu Balvana Tej Pratap Hai Agni Saman Varni न जाए ज्योति कर लीला धर्म धुरंधर परम सुशीला तुम आदित्य परमेश्वर स्वामी अलख निरंजन अंतर्यामी मैंने सूर्य को ध्यान लगाया मैंने
सूर्य को ध्यान लगाया
हो मन वांछित फल पाया मन वांछित फल पाया मैंने सूर्य को ध्यान लगाया भगवान
सूर्य को ध्यान लगाया
श्री सूर्याय नमः आदित्याय नमः आदित्याय नमः दिवाकराय नमः श्री
सूर्याय नमः आदित्याय नमः आदित्याय नमः दिवाकराय नमः.
That is the Surya Puran, but the Bhagvat Mahapuran says, Tubhyam Namo Jagat Sakshit Bruhi me Makti Hetukam Tachutva Durta Surya Sputamityabhyabhashita. Gokarna went to the gurus of all the gurus, Surya Bhagavan. I know from people from the West Indies and so, and other places, when we were little, you all know this, even now, we still have the habit of in the morning, we take a lot of water. We didn't know what it meant. Because in that time, it was the Nike slogan, just do it. Why you do it? Yeah, just do it. Give you a lot of water and you throw it to Bhagwan Surya. Later, we have learned that there is an energy of that water connecting with the sun that flows in your being, right? The energy of the sun, you got to throw it the right time though. The water, the energy of the sun connects with the water and flows into your being. Karna, you remember Karna? On a daily basis, on the Mahabharata in the morning, he would always praise Bhagwan Surya with Surya Jal. Because Surya Putra, Karna, son of Surya. Gokarna went, Tubhyam Namo Jagat Sakshit, Bruhi me Mukti Hetukam. He bowed to Surya Bhagwan and said, Surya Bhagwan, when the world is lost in darkness, you bring forth light to them. Do I have to remind you? Aaj andhere mein hai hum in. Bhagwan Surya appeared. Well, he's always there. He never goes away. And he says, you must read Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam Mahan Mukti Saptaham Vachanam Kuru. For 7 consecutive days, read the Srimad Bhagavatam. But before you do, invite your brother to come. But Prabhu, I don't know where he is. No. You sit and pray and you invite him. He's following you for help. And Gokarna went. He assembled the Brahmanas. He invited people. And he did Atasi Pushpa Samkacham Pitvacha Samachitam Ye Namasyanti Govindam Natesham Vidyate Bhayam. This is the Pitri Avahan mantras. Tonight I call upon all your Pitris and your beloved one Krishna Krishna Kripalu Tvam Gati Narab Gatir Bhava Sansarna Bhavagnanam Prasiddha Parameshwara Narayana Surasishta Lakshmi Kanta Varaprada Anena Tarpanenata Preta Muksha Pradurbhava. I call Bhagwan to send all your Pitris here, your departed ones, so that they can enjoy and feast from this beautiful Bhagvat. Gokarna invited the brother. But when he came, everybody was so nicely dressed up. The ghost I'm talking about. When he looked, the ghost came, and the ghost saw Darshani's sari, and the ghost saw Nandi's earrings, right? And the ghost saw Basanti's spectacle, and the ghost looked around and saw all these shawls, and the ghost saw some simple people, but he didn't fit in. He says, what am I going to do? Where am I going to go? So he saw a bamboo, and he went underneath the bamboo, because he's not an outsider. He is now going into solitude. Loneliness and solitude are 2 very different things. Our saints and sages were never lonely. Today men are married and women are married to each other, or whoever they're married to, and they're still in loneliness. We're still in loneliness because we hardly see each other. But solitude is a spiritual experience of the divine in silence. It's a spiritual experience of the divine in silence. He went into the bottom of the bamboo, the ghost. And there we go, the Bhagavatam started, Janma Dasya Vatonvayad, and the Bhagavatam started, and all the Leelas of the Lord started. And then the first day, after the first day, the bamboo, the first, what do you call it part? The joint of the bamboo cracked. Nice. The second day, the second joint of the bamboo cracked. I'm sure you're looking around, see if there's a bamboo, but it's fine. The third day, the third joint of the bamboo cracked. And so the fourth day, the fourth joint of the bamboo cracked. And the fifth day, the fifth joint of the bamboo cracked. And the sixth day, it cracked. And then everybody was looking at the cracking of the bamboo. And then what happened, my friends? At the 7th day, when the Bhagvat Sampurna was over, which is next week for us, there the 7th joint of the bamboo was cracked, and Govardhan, Dhanya Bhagavati Varto Pritya Pitadavashinim Saptya Hopi Tata Dhanya Krishna Lokan Phala Pradam Grantaraj Srimata Bhagvat Mahapurana Ki. On the 7th day, Dundukari came out from the bamboo. It was split, and he did not come out as a ghost. He came out as an angel, ready to start his journey. And then he bowed to his brother. He bowed to the Srimad Bhagvat Mahapuran. Dhanya Bhagavati Varta Preta Pidat Vinashini. I bow to the Bhagavatam who has transformed me from a pret, from a soul, from a ghost, into a beautiful being. I bow Saptahyopi Tatha Dhanya Krishna Loka Phalaprada. And by listening to this Bhagavad Katha, this thing is written in the book, by listening to the Bhagavad Katha for 7 sessions, I am now ready to go to Krishna Loka. He's ready to go to Krishna Loka. That's why I tell people all this time, you lost someone, this is the time to do Bhagavad. Now imagine if Bhagavad Katha had an impact on a ghost. If it had an impact on a ghost, what impact it will have on living beings? At the end of this, we'll all become Bhagwan, I think. If a ghost can become an angel, a human being will become a divine being. Or as the famous guru says, the human being can be transformed into a divine possibility. The words of the great Satguru. We are all divine possibilities, my friends, but the greatness of the Bhagavatam can transform all of you. We'll pause here tonight, and I invite all of you to please come on out with your friends and family. Tomorrow night we'll have more chairs, and as of tomorrow, of course, only when Bhagwan Shankar Mandir do something, I would say have rain and thunder and thing. But as of tomorrow, there'll be sunshine, because all of you are going to come out, and we're going to bring some sun with us, and it's going to be warm and nice. Come on out, and let's spend the rest of the 7 sessions in here in devotion. And what is beautiful as well, afterwards, we have sumptuous bhojan prepared for everybody. So I know I ask you to let your mind be here for 2 hours. Afterwards, don't release your mind. Keep your mind right there. But please join us for bhojan. We will hear that in the announcements and so. But thank you. So grateful for the presence of all of you, and especially of Pandit Rupnath Sharma. I will give it over to the MC who will do the rest of it. But he's a very genuine and special human being in our community. He wears many, many hats of leadership, and he does a lot of good work for us that is sometimes unseen by people. He has lots of conversations with governments and knows all these things about procedures and so that he passes down to us. And we're very, very grateful for his work in our community. Pandit Rupnath Sharma, all of you know, I've been at Ram Mandir for 3 years. In my presence there, I learned so much from him and from the people there. And it is because of that today I still preserve a beautiful, warm relationship with everybody at Ram Mandir, many of them who are here tonight. So I want to thank them very much for their presence, and thank Panditji. He's a tremendously busy person, but he's here with us tonight. Bole Shri Krishna Chandra Bhagavan ki Jai. Pandit Suraj.
Bolo Vyas Maharaj ki, Vyas Maharaj ki, Vyas Maharaj ki. Jai Shri Krishna, everyone. I really hope that you enjoyed today's Katha. And I hope that, as I said in the beginning, that you have all become Krishna Bhaktas. Remember, we have to switch now. We have just finished many, many days of Shravan, where we were Shaivas, and now we have to be Vaishnavas. Now we have to be a devotee of Bhagavan Shri Krishna again. And I think that this was a wonderful start to kick off our Bhagvat Katha, our Bhagvat Yajna. We have many, many more days left to come. So I hope that you all can come out and join with us. Today we did a beautiful puja, and this was our shrotas were Ajay Kamal, and we had Auntie Shirley and Auntie Sati as well to sit down for puja. We did a beautiful puja to start off. Auntie Shirley has a dedication here for the reason that she is sitting down. I'll just read that. It says, remembering the great Pulmoni Bihari, aka Auntie Lena of number 4 village. It's been 10 years already. You are missed dearly by all your loved ones. Your smile and memories will forever be cherished by us all. You are the best daughter, sister, aunt, and mom anyone could ask for. May your Atma always be in bliss and have eternal peace in Krishna. Well, thank you, Auntie Shirley, for sponsoring today and sitting with us in puja, and thank you, Ajay Kamal, for sitting with puja and with us as well. We have 2 virtual sponsors. The first is Shanti Balrup. She says, Shri Krishna's blessings to her entire family and each and every single one of you. And we have Opriya Ganga, who is also sponsored virtually in memory of Ma Kimraji Ramjiwan. Thank you so much to both of you for your virtual sponsorships. As Guruji Arvyasji has said, we have with us Pandit Rup Sharma and Rupnath Sharma, sorry. And he is the spiritual leader of Ram Mandir. I'm sure, as Guruji said, he doesn't need any introduction, but I must call out these two roles that he plays in our community as the spiritual leader of Ram Mandir and as the president of the Hindu Federation. If you actually Google his name, you'll see many, many more. You'll see how many organizations he belongs to and runs or founded. And that is because he plays a very, very significant role in our Hindu lifestyle in Canada. And I'm sure abroad as well. Pandit Rupnath has done so much for our community, and we are very, very blessed that he is here today, as my guru has said. And in doing so, we would like to just honor him. And we ask Guruji to please give him this gift of ours before we let him speak. Panditji, if you can please grace us with a few words.
Om Satchidanandarupaya Vishwotpatyadihetave Tapatra Vinashaya Sri Krishnaya Vayam Namaha Sri Krishnaya Vayam Namaha. Learned Vyasji, Shrotas, Pandits, Brahmacharis, devotees, we are truly blessed to be here tonight, in that not that we're in this location, but we're in this gathering where we can listen to the glories of God expounded so eloquently with profound knowledge that brings and makes the Katha of Bhagavan Krishna very digestible. And we must look to take away tonight, other than the Tanka Bhojan, the beautiful meal that's prepared, to take away the Manka Bhojan, the thoughts and the wisdom imparted to us that we can apply in our day-to-day lives. You know, Vyasji mentioned that, and I think someone who's the Shrota is doing this yajna, and in memory of someone who passed away a long time ago. I want to digress a minute. I don't know if any one of you have looked at this recently. In the Globe and Mail, there was the report on the statistics of deaths in Canada for the year 2021. It is supposed to be the highest recorded in Canada, and that was the time of COVID also, as you all know, is very rampant. But the interesting factor about this, that the highest number of people did not die from COVID during that time. The highest number of people died from cardiac problems and other physical illnesses, not COVID. Having said that, one has to think that we couldn't combat COVID any other way than we did, or maybe we could do better. The cardiac and cancer were the two other highest. Cardiac problems and cancer problems have been around as long as we can think about it. They continue to do research and finding cures, but it still persists, and it still becomes the most dominant factor in taking the lives of all age group. Another interesting factor from the stats is that men are dying more than women. Ladies, you must be doing something right. Our dharma and our karma. Our dharma tells us, and our karma makes us who we are. Entire Bhagavatam is to show us, amongst other things, how we must live a life A life whereby health and well-being is a priority under the guidance of God. Understanding and appreciating everything is a gift from God. And if you follow that prescribed pathway, then as Panditji Vyasi talked about, the three miseries that we face in the world, the bodily and the mental miseries, are the end result of cardiac and cancer problems. So here the scriptures has determined that from since the beginning of time, and we continue to live, not realizing that we are facing those miseries as we described them. The question is, how do we overcome them? By listening to Bhagavatam. But not the beautiful, by the way, let me take a moment to give a round of applause to all of these beautiful young people and their chanting. Give them a round of applause, please. Pandit Hadat has always been very, very committed to young people, and the proof is here. Again, another round of applause for all of them. When we listen to all these beautiful voices, we cannot avoid being enchanted by all this. The chanting of Panditji and all of that elevates our feelings. But we must not stop there. We need to take beyond that the message. The message, how do I mold or change or adjust in this evolution of life so that I can gain the best out of my existence? And remember, it is that managing that state of mind and that nurtures the body that elevates us mentally, physically, and spiritually. In conclusion, for my few words, we are all here. I can see all of you here. Physically, you are here. But a question that always comes to mind, man kahan hai? Where is your mind? Is your mind here? Is it tan or man arpan? Or is it tan? Yeah. And I enjoyed the singing, but the mind was never engrossed. And I leave here and I enjoy the bhojan. And I said, I'll come tomorrow again. Now, I said this will be the end, but I do want to mention that when Vyasji mentioned bhakti and noted when in the dialogue with Narad Muni, he says, when I went to Vrindavan, there I experienced great joy, and where I am now, it is not. What makes a place holy? Is it the building? What creates the aura in the place? What creates the aura in this plastic tent? It is the vibration from the mind and all of the offerings to the Divine Lord that makes it. So these are the things we must take with us today. And I'm sure if you continue to come, not only here, there is Bhagvat Katha just at Vishnu Mandir, the Devi Mandir is going to have Gyan Yajna, new Mandir is opening up, there's another Gyan Yajna, the Trivedi Mandir is having Yajna, and so on. Wherever you can, go, but remember, go there with an empty mind and fill. And Vyasji has given us so much too, and we must compliment him for the wonderful work he's doing for our community and his dedication and devotion to enrich his knowledge so he can project it to all of us. Let's give them a wonderful applause. Vyas Maharaj Ki Jai.
Thank you, Panditji, for those wise words. Before, as Panditji said, we have a beautiful bhojan today. You have taken Manka bhojan, and you will have physical bhojan as well today. We have to offer to Bhagwan. So we ask that at this point in time, everyone who has prasad to come up and come forward. We'll have bhajans and kirtans being sung in the meanwhile. I'm sure we have some singers from Ram Mandir who would like to sing some bhajans as well, and we'd like to give them an opportunity along with our kids. And our shrotas will be first to offer any other remainder of prasad that they have. Thank you, everyone.
Can we, everybody, please let's be very quiet while the singing is going on. Just come and line up for the prasad. Please be quiet, everybody. Thank you.
Oh,
Boli Banki Bahari Lal Ki Jai. Thank you, everyone. This brings us to the end of our first night. I'd just like to recall the names of our sponsors. We have Aji Kamal, who sat down for puja, Auntie Sati and Auntie Shirley, who have sat down for puja as well in person. Virtually, we have Shanti Balrup, who sponsored, Opriya Ganga, and Deo Ramjivan. And we have Bhojan that was sponsored by Lin Bahadur. Thank you so much to all of you and all of our sponsors for tonight, for sponsoring all of our Bhojan and all of our Puja Sarjam and allowing this day to be possible. And thank you to all of you for coming out and making this a great start, full tent, which is a great start to our first night's Yakya. Please, let's now stand. Okay. Okay, we have someone from the board that will be coming up to say a few words. And this is just a vote of thanks and to give thanks to those who have helped to make this possible. A little bit more specifically, it'll be Auntie Oma that will be doing this right here.
I think most of this would be repetitive. You guys said it all. Anyway, Namaste, Jai Sitaram, Radhe Radhe, Jai Shri Krishna. My name is Oma, and I'm the secretary of Bhavani Shankar Mandir, for those who don't know me. It is my honor and privilege to give a vote of thanks this evening. And the first, most sincere thanks goes to my dear and loving Lord Krishna, for with his blessings and grace, we are able to make this event all what it is. Next, I would like to honor and thank our Vyasji, who is no other than our Pandit Hardat Ashwar, for making today's event a resounding success. He continues to work tirelessly for his community and devotees. His commitment and the commitment of his family is utterly inspiring. A special mention to our guest, Pandit Rupnath Sharma, the founder and spiritual leader of Sri Ram Mandir in Mississauga, and also the president of the Hindu Federation. Thank you, Panditji, for taking time off from your busy schedule to spend these precious moments with us. Thank you also to the devotees who came out from Ram Mandir, and also the other devotees that came from other mandirs. Thank you to our 3 in-house sponsors, as Pandit Suraj mentioned. Auntie Kamal, who needs no introduction. And secondly, Auntie Sati, and third, Auntie Shirley, who are also regular sponsors. We also have 3 virtual sponsors. Thank you to Shanti Balrup, Opriya Ganga, and Deoki Ramjawan. These devotees are also regular sponsors to our programs. Thank you to Lin Bahadur for your contribution towards the food sponsorship. A big thank you to our chef, Paul Dhandari. Our sincere gratitude and appreciation to you for always being available when needed. Thanks to our volunteers in the kitchen for your assistance in serving and tidying up the kitchen. Much, much appreciated. Thank you also to our volunteers for their untiring persistence in making this event happen. And what an exceptional job we have done working on this decor until the wee hours of the morning. Thank you to all our in-house priests of Bhavani Shankar Mandir, Pandit Bhuvan, Pandit Suraj, and Pandit Anil. Thanks also as we convey our great appreciation to our newest Panditji, who is no other than Pandit Shekhar. And I must say, he is the exact fit for our Mandir family. Thanks to the singers and musicians who have done a wonderful job. Also thanks to tech team, Akash, Bhuvan, Pandit Bhuvan, and Varun. Great job, guys. With a deep sense of gratitude on behalf of Pandit Hardat and the members of Bhavani Shankar Mandir, we would like to thank our loving devotees for attending in person and virtual. Please note that our Bhaagvat continues throughout September 5th with daily pujas commencing at 5:30 p.m., bhajans from 6:30 to 7, and Katha from 7 to 9, followed by bhojan, which will be served daily in the auditorium. Thank you for your attention. Jai Shri Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you everyone for your patience so far. I know this a little bit over time, of course, but we ask that you still stay in and partake in some bhojan afterwards. Let us now please all stand for Aarti. Om Yani Kani Cha Papani Janmantar Kritani Cha Tani Sarvani Nashyantu Pradakshana Pare Pare.
भागवत भगवान की है आरती, पापियों को पाप से है तारती। भागवत भगवान की है आरती, पापियों को पाप से है तारती। अच्युतं केशवं कृष्ण दामोदरं हरि श्रीधरं माधवं वासुदेवं हरि हरि। जगाने वाला, नव ज्योत जगाने वाला, ये अमर ग्रंथ, ये मुक्ति पंथ, ये पंचम वेद निराला, नव ज्योत जगाने वाला, नव ज्योत जगाने वाला, हरि ज्ञानी वरदानी, जग के मंगल की आरती, भागवत भगवान की है आरती, पापियों को पाप से है आरती, भागवत भगवान की है आरती, पापियों को पाप से है आरती, अच्युतम केशवम कृष्ण दामोदरम हरि, श्रीधरम माधवम वासुदेवम हरि हरि, अच्युतम केशवम कृष्ण दामोदरम हरि, श्रीधरम माधवम वासुदेवम हरि हरि, वासुदेवम हरि हरि, वासुदेवम हरि हरि।
कर्पूरगौरं करुणावतारं संसारसारं भुजगेन्द्रहारं सदा वसन्तं हृदयारविन्दे भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि, त्वमेव माताश्च पिता त्वमेव, त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव, त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव, त्वमेव सर्वं मम देवदेव। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय हरये परमात्मने प्रणतः क्लेशनाशाय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेदसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीताय पतये नमः। बोलिए भवानी शंकर भगवान के, श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराण की, वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की, सियावर रामचंद्र भगवान की, पवन सुत हनुमान जी महाराज की, विघ्न विनायक गणेश जी महाराज की, लक्ष्मी मैया की, शरणेश्वरी माता दुर्गा की, सरस्वती मैया की, सत्यनारायण भगवान की, सूर्यनारायण भगवान की, गंगा मैया की, सत्य सनातन धर्म की, व्यास जी महाराज की। जय जय श्री राधे, जय जय श्री राधे, जय जय श्री सीताराम। नमः पार्वती पतये, हर 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 महादेव शंभो। सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामयः, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देव महेश्वर, गुरु साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। मंगलं भगवान् विष्णु, मंगलं गरुडध्वज, मंगलं पुंडरीकाक्ष, मंगलाय तनो हरि।
Thank you, everyone. Arti and Sharnamrit will be served at the exit, and please go inside to the mandir for a bhojan downstairs in our auditorium. Thank you.